The moon hangs low over Texas. The moon is my mother. She's full tonight and brighter than the brightest neon. There are folds of red in her vast amber. Maybe she's a harvest moon. I don't know. I have never seen a moon so low and so full of her own deep brightness. My mother is 6 years dead tonight, and Ireland is 6 hours away, and you are asleep. In the community food store, the girl at the checkout asked me if I would like to join the store's club. If I pay $70, my membership will never expire, and I will get 7% discount in all purchases. 6 years, 6 hours, $70, 7%. I tell her that I am here for a few months only, and she smiles and says that I am welcome. I smile back. I can still smile. If I called, I could go over everything that happened 6 years ago. I could go over all the details as though I were in danger of forgetting them. I could remind you, for example, that you wore a white shirt at the funeral. So, I was living in New York then, and I had a new apartment there. You never saw it. I think it was a mistake. I didn't stay there long, 6 years or 7 months, but it was the longest I stayed anywhere in those years. In all those days, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday, at the beginning of December, as I was busy delivering Times, credit cards, and whiz of taxis, and store to store, my mother was dying and no one could find me. I had no cell phone, and the phone line in the apartment had not been connected. The days when no one in Ireland could find me and tell me that my mother is dying. So I slipped into Kinko's once and went online and found that my sister had left me message after message, starting 3 days before, marked urgent, or are you there, or please reply, or please acknowledge receipt. Just please. I told her that I would get into the next flight. You know that I don't believe in God. I don't care much about the mysteries of the universe unless they come to me in words or in music, maybe. We slept in my aunt's house and ate her food as best as we could. A time when we were left by our mother in our aunt's house with no drama attached to it. It was all grayness, strangeness. Our aunt dealt with us in her own distracted way. All I know is that our mother did not get in touch with us not once during those times. There were no letters or phone calls or visit. Our father was in the hospital. We didn't know how long we were going to be left there. In the years that followed, our mother never explained her absence, and we never asked her if she had ever wondered how we were or how we felt during those times. This should be nothing, because it resembles nothing. Just 1 minus 1 resembles 0. Sometime during that night in that plane, as we crossed part of the Western Hemisphere, quietly and, I hope, unnoticed, I began to cry. I was back there, in a simple world, a world in which whose heartbeat had once been mine and whose blood became my blood, and inside whose body a one flake curled, herself lay stricken in that hospital bed. The fear of losing her made me desperately sad, but I tried to sleep. So I hired a car at the airport and drove across Dublin in the wash light of that early September morning. She was in intensive care. Are you feeling better? She couldn't speak. Slowly and laboriously, she let us know that she was thirsty and they would not let her drink anything. She had a drip in her arm, and we told the nurse that her mouth was dry, and they said that there was nothing much they could do. I sat by her bed and spent a while wetting her lips. I was at home with her now. I knew how much she hated physical discomfort. Her appetite for this water was so overwhelming and so desperate that nothing else mattered. And then the doctor came that told us what would happen next. I could have a go. I could operate, but she would die on the operating table. So there's nothing else you can do then, is there? We can make her very comfortable. How long can she survive like this? Not long. I mean, hours or days? Days. Some days. But we can make her very comfortable. There's nothing more to say. Afterwards, I wondered if we should have spoken to the anesthetist personally or tried to contact her mother's consultant or asked if she'd be moved to a bigger hospital for another opinion. But I don't think any of this would have made a difference. For years, we had been given warnings that this moment would come as she fainted in public places and lost her balance and declined. It had been clear that her heart was giving out, but not clear enough for me to have come see her more than once or twice in the summer. And then when I did come, I was protected from what might have been said or not said by the presence of Susie, my sister. Maybe I should have phoned her a few times a week or written her letters like a good son. But despite of all the signals, or even perhaps because of them, I had kept my distance. And as soon as I entertained this thought with all my regret that I carried, I imagined how coldly and nonchalantly the decisions to spend summer close by, seeing her often, might have been greeted by her, or how difficult for her, as much as for me, some of those visits or phone calls might have been, and how efficient and brief her letters and reply to mine would have seemed. Her breathing would come and go, shallow and deep. Her pulse would become faint. Her breathing would stop, and then come again. It would come and go until, in that private room late in the evening, it seemed to stop altogether. I was horrified and helpless. We sat and watched her, then sat up straight as the breathing would start again. But not for long. Not for long at all. It stopped one last time. It stayed stopped. It didn't start again. She was gone. She lay still. We sat with her until the nurse came and